What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith, and I'm back with another reaction video. Man, today we got a legend, man. Dr. J, he opens up on the NBA life during segregation. He played back in the day when stuff was still segregated, and he was a minority in the league. This was before there was majority black people in the league, majority African Americans. So he had to endure some stuff, I'm sure. My grandmother was one of the first children to go to school, to go to a desegregated school in North Carolina. So she went through a lot listening to her stories. She went through a lot of bullying, all type of stuff, threats, all type of weird stuff, man. Which was unnecessary, bro. Somebody treating you different because of color of your skin, man, that's wrong. We gonna get into this video and see what Dr. J got to say, man. I like hearing old heads talk about what they had to endure in life, bro. Because they really like the legends and superstars of this world, bro. They've been through so much. They done seen so much. I think it's very interesting. So I had to click on this video and watch this, man.
Can I ask you a question, though? You was in playing ball during the time of inequality.
For sure.
You was literally like...
70s? Are you kidding? Okay, so here's what you
Hold on, before we start, DC Young Fly, shout out to him for asking this question. Because this is what people want to hear, bruh. What did you have to go through while you was in the NBA during those times, during those racial or civil wars, man? People going at each other, people having all this tension because of your race and stuff like that, your skin color is crazy, bro. And he still had to go out there and perform like it was another night to keep his job, provide for his family.
No, colored only.
Right.
Down there.
Right.
On the water fountains.
Right, and you in the NBA.
Once you get past the Mason-Dixon line,
Right.
and you can't stop till you get to your grandmother's house anymore, because you can stop for gas, but you can't stop for no food. And that was real, man. That was real, and I lived during that era.
It's crazy. It's crap, dog.
Interesting people who historically made differences. I spent time, before I mentioned Bill Cosby, Miles Davis, Arthur Ashe, Reggie Jackson. I mean, we had meetings to talk about pooling our money to do something in the black community.
For sure.
We'll make it better for the kids, the next generation, whatever. And several of those guys are not here anymore. Miles is not here. Arthur Ashe is not here anymore, but their legacies live on in terms of getting through the 70s, excelling with whatever it was they were doing.
Shout out to Arthur Ashe. He was a famous black tennis player. Really, really good.
Reggie Jackson getting 4 home runs for the Yankees. Back to back to back to back. Becoming Mr. October.
Yeah.
So, those are times that I will never forget, and I just saw Reggie less than a week ago, and whatever.
I ain't gonna lie, African Americans changed sports forever, bro. Forever. We changed sports, man.
And some of the things that are still the same, and haven't changed. And shame on that.
So coming from, you realize things hasn't changed, but you see the opportunities have risen a little bit more.
Oh yeah. The world's different. Is it for the better? Probably, because of the technology, the science,
For sure.
educational opportunities that are out there for us, the business opportunities that are out there, particularly for us, for people of color.
Cole, he's my miracle child. So how does your miracle child get cancer?
That's that sad stuff,
There's still
bro.
people suffering. There's still poverty. We still got people living on the street.
F cancer. Cancer
We're
sucks.
spending money, with wars and other places in the world, and the deficit will never be remedied. But I think, from a political standpoint, and I'm not a aggressively political person, you got to take care of home first.
Hey, he just made a crazy point, bro. You got to take care of home first, bro. I feel like it's hard because I know they got to protect us from the outside, and we have to go and do stuff in other countries to protect ourselves, bro, and to protect people from coming over here. But at the same time, you got a lot of people here that's struggling, homeless, all type of stuff, man. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that goes on within the U.S. that's messed up. It's a lot of bad stuff going on. These young kids, they need guidance. They need an education, bro. They need other outlets, resources, other than shooting and killing each other, bro. All type of stuff. We got to take care of America before we can go and support other people. But at the same time, we do got to go and do stuff to protect America at the same time. So it's like, I don't know, bro. Go hand in hand for real.
And there's so many people suffering here at home that we're turning a blind eye to.
Dr. J, if you run for president, I'm going to be your biggest donor.
Yes, sir.
Julius Erving for president.
Come on with it, man.
Off the court, I've seen so many people give you credit for giving them like style and class. Like Charles Barkley always tells me that like dealing with fans was because of you, or like the way MJ would dress was from you. Where did your style come from? Like, who gave you that?
Well, you know what? My first wife, she wouldn't let me leave the house unless everything was just right. She said, you know, you represent the family when you leave the house. So
that's a big thing about like old heads back in the day. The older generation, you had to leave the house presentable. Like how we just leave in sweatpants and Crocs. That wasn't a thing back then. You got fully dressed like you was going out to church or something, and you just going to the store, bro. That's just how they used to dress back then. He had soul, bro. And that was just the culture, bro. You didn't leave the house with no sweatpants, raggedy clothes, sweatshirts, none of that stuff, bro. First of all, I don't even know if they probably wore sweatshirts back then, but yeah. You didn't leave the house like that. Your parents didn't let you leave the house like that. You had to put on your good stuff when you leave the house, bro. It wasn't no comfy wear and stuff like that. You putting on your slacks, jacket, a hat, and your good shoes when you leave the house. That's just culture, bro, and how the times were.
Serious about it. I had the same agent as Clyde Frazier. So, you know, Clyde Frazier was Mr. Cool, and
he looked like he got some soul in him, too. Yeah, man.
I wouldn't
cool guy.
Buy what he got, but I'd get my own version of it. Because Clyde was just...
Shaq got them Ray Charles glasses on. I had the bed on him, my bad.
We were up there in New York hitting stores, and Clyde was like, yeah, man, get that. I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to get the classy
he
version.
got on the Ray Charles.
You got the Rolls Royce. I'm out here driving a truck.
He got them Jamie Foxxes on. Ray Charles.
Two really good influences, and I guess, you know, you have to credit
She
yourself.
gave me what?
You putting it on, you wearing it, and you sometimes have to.
Without me need, oh, she's a triangular.
And the platform shoes and the bell bottoms and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I had this image of Dr. J on the court and Dr. J off the court, and I didn't want to be Dr. J off the court. Right? You know, I wanted to be Julius Erving, so I had to tone down, you know, a lot of my dress so people would address me as Mr. Erving or JW or Julius.
You heard Shaq. I want to say something to DC as he's telling that story, Dr. J. And I think about those iconic pictures of like Rucker Park, where there's like all those people out there, and Dr. J is known as Black Moses. Like, I would love to see DC Youngfly and his guys do a movie.
Hey, somebody let me know. Was Stretch off of NBA Streets? Was that based on Dr. J? I think it was, bro. I think it was. Cause I don't know if you play him at the Rucker at the end to gain Stretch or unlock Stretch. I'm pretty sure that was based off of Julius Erving with the big bush and all that.
Like, of that era.
We're gonna look that up after the video.
They were doing
Let's do it.
Production.
Let's do
Go
it.
ahead and get a Dr. J move in. Come on. Teach the finger around.
Good finger rolls.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But see, I think everybody kind of like added to the culture. And like you said, we have to continue to show the younger generation, like, where we come from, for real. Where a little bit of everything come from. Like, yeah, I mess with AI. Yes, I mess with Mike. Yes, I mess with Kobe. But it's like, my IQ of basketball stops there.
I went to bed with a younger man because of my husband's ED. This simple mix of
What
ingredients
is up?
capable of
Ho. Come on, y'all. What is up with this joke? I gotta cut that out, fool. They on some nut.
It's the reason.
What? What is going on? What kind of ads is these?
These greats. Now it's like, who inspired them?
What is going on, Holmes?
Probably it was during your
Hey, that just threw me way off, bruh.
NBC had the contract or whatever, and they didn't want to go before 1992.
Makes a lot of sense.
The pro game started in 1947,
Right?
and it started being televised consistently in the late 50s, early 60s, whatever. And 92, I left basketball in 1987. ESPN didn't exist.
That's
So,
tough.
you know, the highlights, the shots of the week, plays of the day, and all that.
Slim, you probably had to. Back then, they was listening to games on the radio. They had radios at home. They was listening to the games. You had to read it in the newspaper. Was no ESPN highlights and rewinding it back. No, bro. If you missed the game, you missed it. Straight up.
That stuff didn't exist, man. That stuff was after 1992. So there's a lot of people, generationally speaking, who think the league started in 1992. But it started considerably before that.
Like you said, I've seen you, but I haven't physically seen you. I've seen the clips. I've seen how you've inspired others. So just to be in your presence, it was like, I've heard so many great things about you.
Hopefully I don't let you down.
You know what I'm saying? You don't, but it's just like, it's the same way. Like
You get around somebody, you know, who you admire, idolize, or whatever, and, you know, it can be a letdown real quick.
It can, because you don't know
But they
that.
can just flip you the bird and say, you know, I'm busy.
But it's more so. I admire what you did for the culture. I understand it because, like you said, when you get off the court, you want to be Mr. Julius Erving.
Yeah.
When I get off the stage, I'm John Whitfield. I'm not DC Young Fly.
Who that?
What's your name?
Who's
John
that again?
Whitfield.
Who's that again?
Man, don't do that. Don't do
What?
that. I
Hold
got
on, what?
respect for you, but you get two more. That's one.
Hold on.
Get two
Hold
more
on.
now.
Hold on. Your name is what? John what?
John Whitfield.
My
Oh, hell no.
My middle name is Winfield.
Oh, hell
We good.
Winfield, man.
Going back to
That's my debut.
That's how you know DC Young Fly parents was old. John Whitfield. Looking at it, boy. Where did you get DC Young Fly? From John Whitfield.
O'Neal. Like, your name rhymes, ugly ass boy. I ain't never met nobody named Ryan. O'Neal.
name is John Whitfield.
John Whitfield.
Hey, man, we got the same initial.
He got a president name.
I guess yours rhyme too. Jerome Crone, ugly man. He put you in it. Put you in it. You green.
Jerome Crone. Look at that.
Hold up, not quite like that. His name John Whitfield. You in school with somebody named like that?
Hey, Adam, do white families argue back and forth like this?
Well, they're Nigerian, so it gets like heated, and I don't understand half of the words they're saying.
Unplug his damn computer.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no, his wife is Nigerian.
His wife.
Yes.
You asked him about his people.
Man, it was good to hear that from Julius Erving, man. He had to drink from different water fountains, and you in the NBA couldn't eat when you crossed the Mason-Dixon line into the South. You had to just make your way down the road until you get to where you going, bro. Then you can eat. You better bring some snacks or something. It's crazy, bro, how far we have came, bro. We've made a lot of progress, but there's still a lot of bad stuff in this world, a lot of bad people, man. And I don't think it'll ever go away, man. But like he said, the opportunities will get bigger. Shout out DC Young Fly. Shout out Shaquille O'Neal. Shout out the great, the legend, Julius Erving, Dr. J, man. I like this insight. I like the conversation they had, man. I'm going to do more videos like this, too, if I can find them. Y'all got to send me stuff. Comment down below what y'all want me to react to next. Road to 1K. Like, comment, subscribe. Share it with a friend. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your aunt, uncles, nephews, cousin, man. Just share it up. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Peace.